Okay, this is part 2, preparing your surface and getting started with acrylic painting. After you have an idea and your plan is sketched, it's time to begin painting. The first thing you'll need to do is prepare the surface you're going to paint on, depending on what you're going to be doing. For a quick and early stage work, you can just do one layer of gesso. Gesso is the white material we use to cover canvases with usually. If you're wanting a more durable surface that won't absorb as much of the paint, you can make more layers of gesso, and these are rough layers, as you can see. You can also sand down the layers of gesso in between, and you can see here if I angle the piece here just right, you can see that this piece is really smooth right here. That's the sanded area. Of course, you can add other textures before painting. You can see videos 5 through 9 of this series, the bottom of this demonstration board, for more information about adding different kinds of textures with acrylic. You can begin drawing on your canvas with graphite, which is chemically inert, so it's very good for this purpose. However, the graphite is a powder and it can smear around on your surface because acrylic is water-based and it will actually lift that powder up and move it around, so sometimes that's something to look out for. However, you can also begin by just lightly using kind of a grayish tone or a lighter tone to sketch some lines before you begin. So you could lightly sketch lines with paint in place of graphite. The lighter lines or lighter tones are easier to cover later, so use a lighter tone for this. You can use ink and Sharpie, however, do this at your own peril. For example, Sharpie and other kinds of markers will bleed into different kinds of paint depending on what you're using here. So like with this spray paint, even though it's high cover, the Sharpie is actually bleeding into that paint there. Depending on the type of paint, it might actually not be a problem. So with this acrylic paint, it seems to be doing just fine at covering it up. However, with India ink down here, because India ink is water repellent when it's dried, it's waterproof, that may actually interfere with the ability of the acrylic paint to adhere to the surface. So you might see here that if I try to paint over that, it may not want to actually stick to that area. So yeah, it didn't want to adhere actually to the area where there was some ink. Now if you put ink over top of acrylic, it'll also start to crack over time because acrylic is flexible and ink tends to not be. So again, use ink and Sharpie at your own peril. And of course, you could just go straight to blocking in the colors. So if you know what you want, you could just block them in right away. You can draw the lines in first like I've done here, or you can just go straight to blocking in colors. And in the next video, you'll see how you can actually blend while blocking in, but you do not have to.